It's TMC number 10, and we are going to start with a 5-minute warm-up using just body weight, real simple moves to start. Let's begin with high knees. Nice posture, shoulder blades back and down, and some good strong abs. Try to get your knee as high as you can. Every single time I want you to pull your leg up as high as you can. Don't be lazy with this action. Use your stomach muscles. Nice job. Let's turn this into a little bit of a rotation, little twist. Opposite elbow to the knee, and you're still putting a lot of energy and strength into pulling up this leg. All right, today's workout, we have 5 moves in the main circuit. We're going to repeat the 5 moves for 2 sets, and we are working it all. We've got a speed squat to start with today, an 80-20 speed squat. It's going to be exciting. Move this to your hamstring, to your little butt kickers. With the 80-20 speed squat, you are putting most of your body weight on one leg, a little bit of body weight on the other leg. Almost feels like you're doing a single leg squat, but you've got a little bit of assistance from the other leg. You're going to do 5, very controlled, and then we're going to work on the speed with that exercise, just so you know what's happening. For our weights, we definitely want to have some light weights because we have some shoulder exercises that are going to require nice light weights. But for our leg exercise at 80-20 speed squat, you can go pretty heavy with that. So make sure you've got some good heavy weights as well. Okay, from here, hold a nice wide position and let's sink into one leg and we're going to sink into the other leg. So you're just getting that stretch in your straight leg. You're breathing, moving nice and slowly here, making sure not to overstretch right away. You really want to let that inner thigh warm up. Okay, one more time over to the other side. Now as you come up here, legs are straight, try to make sure that the ankles are under the wrists. Take one foot and turn it so that it's straight ahead. We're going to bend into that knee. We're going to come in and out of it 5 times. Okay, so it's like you're moving into that warrior 2 position. Good. And on this time when you drop in, bring your elbow, your arm to your thigh, nice and easy. You're not putting too much weight onto it. Your top arm is just going to reach up to the ceiling and then come back down. Take a nice big inhale and exhale down. Inhale, reach it up, exhale down. You can turn your head and look up if it doesn't make you too wobbly. One more time, big reach, and come on back up, straighten the leg, turn those toes to the front. Take your other foot out now, bend into that knee, drive out through the heel, and we'll repeat this a few times. Take your time. You should feel a nice stretch coming in and out of this as well. Okay? Now this time we sink in, we hold. Nice and light with the arm here, not too much weight on it. The top arm is going to reach up. You can turn your head and look up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Really stretch yourself open here. Good. And again, we're going to come back up. We're going to push out. We'll turn the foot. We'll step the feet in. And now let's just take that jog action where you start to get a little bouncy in the feet. You can shake out your arms. Feel nice and loose. When we stop, I'm going to give you a balance challenge. In our circuit today, we do have a single leg hip hinge or a single leg deadlift. So let's give that a practice right now. Stop on your left foot. Put some softness into the knee. Hinge over at the hips without hunching. If you lose your balance, put your back foot down. Stand back up. We'll just do 5. Little hinge, stand up. You might feel a stretch in the hamstring. That's good, that's okay. 3, just make sure you don't hunch the back. 4, lock your eyes for balance. There's 5, step onto the other foot, soften into the knee. Same thing, hinge. Find that little stretch. 1, hinge, 2. Lock your knees. 3. Don't be afraid to put that back foot down. You don't have to struggle. We're just warming up. And that's 5. And then just jog it out again. Shake it out. Shake everything out. So we're just coming into our 5 minutes of warm up all done. We can stop that. We'll interlace through the fingers, through the hands, and take a big stretch right over the top of the head. Bring your feet together. And as you exhale, lean over to one side, open up the ribs. Inhale tall, and exhale to the other side. Okay, very good. Let's get started with this first of 5 exercises. I'm gonna hold a good heavy weight, and I'm gonna hold it goblet style. So we're just gonna hold the dumbbell here. Make sure you pick a nice heavy weight for this. You're only holding 1. Let's put 80% of our weight on our left leg. And then you're gonna come on to the right toes, and you're pretty light. Okay, this is your 20% leg. We'll sink into this left heel. All the weight is on this left leg. We're gonna stand all the way up. Squeeze your glute at the top, okay? So really straighten out your leg at the top. Squeeze the thigh and the glute, 2. So for the first 5 reps, 3, we're pretty slow, pretty controlled. You're just kind of figuring out the move. 4, and you're really feeling like all that weight is on the left leg. 5. Now show me 10 fast. Don't worry about locking out at the top. So we sink, we stand. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the weight on the left leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. 80% of your weight on that right leg, okay? Light, light, light on your left. Sink down nice and slow, big range of motion. Stand all the way up, squeeze the muscles at the top. Okay, straighten out the leg. Breathe. 3, 4, pretty slow. 5, now fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the right leg heavy. 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice little burn with that. Okay, our next exercise is a single arm back row, and we're going to be in an underhand grip. So we're going to be working the bicep as well, quite a bit. You're going to want to pick a good heavy weight. Your back and your biceps are strong. I'm going to start with the dumbbell in my left arm, and I'm going to step into a lunge stance with my right leg forward. Okay, so I want you to do that too. Right leg is forward. You're on the toes of your left foot. Your left hand turns so that the palm is forward. We hinge over at the hips with a long spine. This leg is loaded. It's working. Pull back for 1, 2. You should get that elbow way back. 3. And really flex the back. 4, 5, 6, 7. You can put your hand on your thigh for a little support. 8, 9, or if you want to, 10. Keep that right arm out to the side. 11 and 12. Let's switch sides. I'm going to put the weight in the right hand. I'm going to have my left foot forward. Try to be on the toes of the back foot. Lean in, long spine. Okay, a little bit of support maybe. Let's pull this elbow back. 2. Let's flex the back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you don't need support, 8. Put that arm out to the side. 9, 10. 2 more. Give it a good squeeze at the top here. And there we go. 12 on each side. We can put that weight down. Now we have some shoulder exercises. 2 shoulder exercises back to back. The first one we're going to do is this crossed rear delt row, where we bring the arms up like this. When we come down, we cross the other arm in front. Come up, cross the other arm in front. Okay? So choose a weight that is not too heavy, and you might actually want to start a little bit light because this one does surprise you. It feels much heavier when you're bringing the arms out to the sides and upwards like this, okay? So let's start pretty light for this first set, just so you can figure it out. Cross your forearms. I've got my left arm on top of my right. Open the arms all the way up, bring it down. I've got my right arm on top. Open it up all the way, left arm on top, okay? Keep alternating. We're gonna go to 10, 4, it feels really easy, pick a heavier weight, 5. You should be feeling this in the backs of your shoulders, 6. So really good for strengthening that rear delt, 7. Don't go too quickly, 8. And on the way down, you're going down with control, 9. And one more like this, 10. Excellent. Okay, now we're gonna go into a front arm raise. We're gonna play with the arms moving out in front of the body, and I want you to try one arm at a time. So we're gonna go, one arm comes up, doesn't matter which arm, the other arm comes up, okay? We'll go 10 like this. 4, 5, 6, you don't need to go any higher than shoulder height. If this feels like it's too light, I hope you got heavier. Hey, that's 10 alternating. Show me 10 double. Bring it up and bring it down. Take your pause right there and bring it down. 3, 4, 5. Good. Should start to feel a little challenging here. 6, if you pick the right weight. 7, started light. 8, and it's built up. 9, and we are done there. Done with the shoulders. Give that a shake. Now we have sumo squats, and we're going to take one dumbbell again here. So we're coming back into that goblet position. You're going to pick a good heavy weight to challenge yourself, because you only have one, and we're stepping it out nice and wide. Okay, so sumo squat gets you stretching out the inner thigh, gets you wider than hip width. Turn your toes out a little bit, track with your knees. So let's line that up. We're gonna do 6 full range. We're gonna do 6 small range in the lower end of the movement, and we're gonna do 6 with a jump. If you wanna drop the weight for the jump, you can. Let's begin full range of motion. Heavy heels, 2. Feel a stretch in the inner thigh, 3. Push your knees out, 4. Chest is up, 5. Okay, so that's 6, no big deal. Let's get low now. We're gonna play in the low range of the movement. We're gonna do small range for 1, 2, 3. Push your knees out, 4, 5, 6. Stand all the way up. We're gonna jump. Sink in, you can drop your weight if you want to. Pop, 1, pop, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's done. Okay, very good. How many exercises have we done here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. Now it's time for our single leg hip hinge. I am going to hold 2 dumbbells, and I'm going to hold a fairly light weight. I've got some 8-pounders here, so it's not too heavy, it's not too light. You're going to try standing on one leg, and we're going to try that exact hip hinge we did in the warm-up. If you need your back toe here for support, for balance, you go ahead and take that. We're just going to do 8 reps on each leg. So let's begin standing on the right leg, okay? Lock your gaze, soften your knee, hinge over at your hips without rounding your back, and then stand up and engage the glute. Okay, you don't have to go over too far. 2, 3. You're doing your best not to put that back foot down. 4, but you're using it when you need it. 5, 6, and if you feel like you don't need it, try without. 7, And that's 8 on the right. Very good. Let's switch sides. Reset your posture. Soften the knee. Lock the gaze. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 6. Woo. Start to lose my balance as soon as I'm tired. And there's 8 on that leg. Very good. Let's start from the top. I'm going to go a little heavier this time with my 80-20 speed squat. And picking up a bigger dumbbell, holding it at the chest. Okay, let's begin. Let's put most of the weight in this right leg to start. Okay, 80%, 20% on the left toes. Let's sink in. Come all the way up, stand up, squeeze, go slowly for the first 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go fast. 1. You don't have to stand all the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You just have to go fast. All right, let's put the majority of the weight on the left. Okay, you're on the toes of the right, very light. Chest is up. We sink, drive into that left heel, stand all the way up, squeeze your thigh and your glute. 2, you can do this. 3, 4, keep this leg light. 5, now fast, don't worry about lockout at the top. 1, just go quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Okay, put that down. Take a moment, roll your shoulders. Some big circles here through the shoulders. All right, so now we have our back rows. We have our underhanded biceps back row. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier actually. I feel like a 20-pound dumbbell is manageable. I'm gonna start with the weight in my right hand. I'm gonna begin with the left foot forward, okay? So set up into your lunge stance, left leg forward. You're up on the toes of the back foot. You've got this palm facing forward. Let's lean in, hinge, long spine. You can support, pull the elbow back. 1. We're gonna do 12 reps. 2. And every time you pull this elbow back, 3, you flex your back. 4, 5, try not to shrug. 6, 7, 8, you got this. I hope it's heavy. 10, 2 more, 11, and that is 12. Okay, what a great way to work your back and your bicep all at the same time. We're switching sides here. I'm gonna stand right leg forward, left leg back, up on the toes of the back foot. Left hand holds, palms forward, hinge. Stick your chest out a little bit. Let's pull the elbow back. Choose to support with your right hand or not. 2. But be aware of what it is you're doing. 3. Let's keep the weight in this front leg and this front heel. 5. Flex your back. 6. There's lots going on here. 7. You're thinking about a lot. 8. 9. And you're a little unstable. 10. Lunge stance is a bit of a balance challenge. 11. Boom. 12. Okay, definitely a little harder. As you lift more weight, it's going to be harder. Okay, shoulders. So if you needed a different weight for the rear cross over fly, make sure you've got your 2 different weights. If you went heavier on the front arm raise or lighter or whatever you did, have it ready. Let's get set up. We have our arms crossed. We're focusing on the backs of our shoulders here. We're gonna take the arms open and upward. We're gonna cross the other arm on top. Every time, alternate that arm on top. 2. Alternate. 3. 4. Good. 5. Move with control. You are not swinging ever. 6. And when you come down, 7, you're doing it very, very slowly. 8. 9. 8, 9, and that is 10. Okay, we bring it down. If you're changing weights, do it quick. Let's go alternating one arms to the front. 1 and 2, 3, 4. We're just going to 10, 5. So we're just getting 5 on each side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we go 10 together. Little pause right there. 1. Come up, hold it. 2. Okay, make sure you can control right there. 3. And right there. 4. 5. Exhale on exertion. 6. We're almost there. 7. 8. If you've got tension in the neck, look up. 9. And there we go. Number 10. That starts easy. That does not finish easy. Sumo squats. 6 full range. We're going to hold 1 dumbbell. Might go a little heavier for this one as well. How are you feeling? Can you up your weight? We'll hold it in that goblet grip. We're stepping out wide. Inner thigh. Okay? Knees out, toes out. Let's go full range of motion. So sink in, feel your stretch. Come all the way up. Squeeze the insides of the knees. Squeeze your glutes. 2, 3. Crack, crack, crack. 4, 5. Gonna keep your chest up when you're squatting. That is 6. Get low, all the way low. Now stay here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stand up. We're gonna jump. Put the weight down if you don't want to jump with weight. Let's sink, pop, land soft. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that was fun. Okay, now we have our single leg hip hinge. We have 8 on each leg. Might go a little bit heavier for this as well. Might just step it up. What are you gonna do? You're gonna step up that weight a little? Let's begin on the left foot this time. I like switching it up all the time, always changing it up. Your body has no idea what's gonna happen. We're gonna stand on this left foot. Lock your gaze, set your posture, soften your knees. Hinge, okay? Feel a little stretchy. Stand up, engage the glute. 1. You can do this. 2. You fall over, put your foot down. 3. No big deal, try again. 4. 5. And 6. Keep going. Couple more. 7. And there we go. 8. Switch sides. Soften the knee, reset. Hinge. Okay, it's like you're pushing your hips back. Get that feeling of pushing your bum back. 2. And 3. And 4. And it's okay if you have to bend the knee a lot. 5, because the hamstrings feel really tight. There's nothing wrong with that. 7. As long as you're not rounding your back. I feel like I missed one. I feel like I skipped one. Let's do one extra. Okay. That probably happens a lot. You probably noticed that. I'm very sorry about that. Okay. We're gonna move along. So that was the major bulk. We got our back, we got our biceps, we got our legs, we got our shoulders. So we're gonna come down onto the mat now, and we're gonna do push-ups. We're gonna do a tricep triangle push-up, followed by a wrist stretch. If you don't want to do triangle push-ups on the floor, you're going to do them on the counter, then go ahead, get set up at the wall or the counter, okay? If you're okay to come to the mat, we do so here with the index finger and the thumbs together, okay? So we're going to work some chest and some tricep at the same time. This can be done from the knees or the toes. I'm going to think about bringing my chest right down on top of that triangle that I just made with my index finger and my thumb. My elbows are going to go outward a little bit, but not right out to the side. They go out, but they're still working on that diagonal back, okay? So So they're still going back slightly. Let's do 10 of these. These are very difficult. If your range of motion is partial, that's okay, that counts. All right, 1, getting down to business here. 2, you better be following along. 3, 4, if you did some warm-up ones like I did, 5, we can't count them. 6, we're only counting these ones. 8, 9, ooh, those are tough. Okay, we're gonna go into a little wrist stretch after that. If you can sit on your shins, sit on your shins. If you have to be here kneeling, that's okay. Or maybe you're standing at your counter. And you're gonna take a moment, you're gonna pull the fingers back, push a palm forward like this. Just get a nice stretch right up through the hand, right up into that forearm. And switch sides. Same thing here. This can be really tight if you do a lot of work at the computer. You might find that this is extremely tight in the hand and through the forearms. Okay, and then as soon as we finish this, we're going to interlace. We're going to try to push the forearms together, and we're going to try to circle out our wrists. And if you don't feel like there's a lot of movement in the wrist here, and you just want to do this from side to side, you can just work that action instead of a circling action. So kind of play around with this here. And we've now rested, and it is time for our second set of triangle push-ups. Let's get set up, whether you're against the wall or the counter, thumbs together, index fingers together, elbows are going outward, but they're still pointing back. Okay, you might want to do it from the knees or the toes. You might want to go full range or half range. Let's begin. 1, 2, I'll take this to 12, 3, if you get 4 to 10 and you've got more in you, 5, we'll do a few more, 6, but if you need to take a break before that, 7, 8, I hope you listen to your body, 9, 10, you got 2 more, let's try this, boom, okay, take a child's pose, so just rest here. If you were up at a counter or the wall, come on down to the mat now because we're going to work some low back extensions. And we're going to try a side plank. Okay, so let's come on down onto the belly. Now normally when we do lower back extensions, I will stack the hands and I'll keep the hands under the chin. And that's fine, we can do those like that. If you want to try something that's a little bit more challenging, you try to interlace your fingers and then bring the hands to the back of the head. You lift your elbows up and then you lift your chest up. And it almost feels like your hands are pulling your head down, so you've got this added resistance. So if this feels like it's manageable to you, let's do them like this. If it feels very uncomfortable, stay here. Let's do 10. Keep your feet down. On your inhale, come up for 1. Don't lift your feet though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it. 8, 9. And on this last one, 10. Hold it. And now let's lift up the feet. And let's just stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work. We're going to roll onto the side of your body, and we're going to take a side plank to work the obliques, to work the abdominals. We are going to take plank. Line your elbow up under that shoulder. Bend the knees, have the knees a little bit forward. Lift up from the knees, okay? As you lift up, you're trying to squeeze the underside of the body. We're going to reach this top hand under. So we're going to take this top hand, reach it under, really squeeze the belly. Inhale, reach up. 1. We're not going to do too many of these. 2. They're pretty challenging. 3. 4. 5. Let's go 3 more. 6. You've got that in you. 7. And last one. Nice set of 8. And bring your hip down. I'm going to just lie on this side. Coming onto the other elbow, line it up. Thighs are in front of the body, knees are stacked, lift your hip. Take a moment here, really connect to what's happening. Reach up the top arm, reach it under the body, contract for 1 and 2 and 3. Really try to find these stomach muscles here. 4, focus on what you're doing. 5, 6, 7, 8, and come on down. Very good. Let's do that again. We're going to do a second set of lower back and a second set of plank, and then we're going to wrap it up and have a stretch. So as you come back down onto your belly, decide if the hands under the chin is better for you, or if you can interlace your fingers and bring your palms to the back of your head. Glue the tops of your feet, your running shoes, to the mat. Inhale, lift up and pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Hold 10. Bring your legs up. 10 seconds here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Holy moly. Okay, give yourself just a quick rounding of the back. That's a lot of work here. We will recover before doing side plank. And this time for side plank, if you want to try that side plank coming up from the feet, we can do that, okay? And if you don't want to, do it exactly the way we did on that first set. The feet can be either stacked, I find that very hard, or staggered, and I quite like a staggering setup. I put my bottom leg forward, my top leg is back, ankles are flexed. Line up the elbow, lift up the hip, engage the underside of the body, and reach your top arm. We're going to exhale, reach the top arm under the body, squeeze the abs, reach up, inhale. 1, exhale. 2, we're just doing 8, remember that. 3, 4, so we're already halfway there, we got this. 5, 6, these are actually quite challenging. 7, you can do it. 8, bring the hip down. Okay, other side, almost there. Are you gonna go from your feet? If you're staggering, bottom leg forward, top leg back, ankles flexed, or the knees. Get your elbow under your shoulder, lift up the hip, squeeze the body, reach the arm. Exhale, wrap the arm under you for 1, and 2, and 3. Don't give up, you can do this. 4, and 5, 6, we just have 2 to go, you can do it. 7, and we did it. Okay, nice job everyone. Come to seated. As soon as you come into seated position, we're gonna just look for a nice stretch in the hamstrings. If sitting up tall here is tight, then stay here. Toes up, chest up. Okay, if taking a forward fold with a long spine works, and you're not hunchy, then go ahead, hold your hamstring stretch here. And you did excellent today. We really did not miss anything. We got our triceps and our chest in together at the same time. We got our biceps and our back working together at the same time with those nice little combination moves. We got lots of leg, some great cardio, tons of shoulder, beautiful core, lower back, balancing, you name it, we did it. I would suggest you take some time today to get a little bit more hip in. So a seated figure 4 is always nice, or a lying down figure 4 is always nice. So take as much time as you want to today, stretch out while you're warm, and have a great day, everyone.